Gallagher, Rohi Blanco, Gallagher, Rohi Blanco. Guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. It's the Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Please subscribe to my channel for regular updates. I'm trying to get up to 1,300 subs by the end of this month. Show me some love. Got Conor Gallagher, Rohi Blanco. That's the Twitter hashtag that's been trending after Gallagher returned to London today and pretty much with his transfer. His transfer is in limbo as of right now. And you guys already know how we got here. I mean, I posted a video last night on pretty much on just the way things have kind of fallen apart. And just to cut a long story short, it appears that what actually happened was Chelsea subsequently discovered that Samuel Omaro Dion had an ankle injury that they were not fully aware of. The extent of the ankle injury is not anything that we know of in terms of how serious it is, or is it, or in other words, is it an injury that is serious enough to uh, justify having to pull out of a contract. Again, as I mentioned in my video, yesterday, this wouldn't be the first time that even that Chelsea, for instance, would have gone after a player that had an injury. I mean, we've signed a lot of injured players. In fact, we're even trying to sign Michael Olise last um, year, last summer, knowing fully well that he wasn't going to be fit for at least 2 months. We signed Lavia, knowing fully well that Lavia wasn't even fit, right? So I mean, I love Chelsea. I'm the Chelsea Godfather, but the reality is, um, obviously some things happen. Some things happen in between when we reached an agreement in principle with Atletico Madrid, and Sunday, because everything began to fall apart on Sunday. Sunday is only 2 days ago, and that's when the news was released that Chelsea had an interest of signing Felix. And so basically, based on a tweet by an individual who's apparently close to Felix. He's basically, and of course I'm going to put everything up on the screen here. And he basically is saying that um, what basically caused sort of things to unravel is, number one is the fact that Chelsea discovered this ankle injury. They weren't pleased about the situation. As a result, Chelsea then tried to change the terms of the contract, the quote unquote conditions of the contract, which obviously um, Samuel and his people, and also Atletico Madrid did not uh, agree to Chelsea in essence, sort of trying to negotiate after an agreement in principle had been reached. Um, as a result, then Chelsea decided to withdraw their interest in Omar Dion. Right now, however, due to the fact that, notwithstanding that both the Gallagher and the Omar Dion deals are supposed to be, separate deals. Again, the understanding from the clause is that Atletico, Madrid was, buying, um, Gallagher on the premise that Chelsea would buy their player. Now, the player that they gave us was Amara Dion, and there's a good reason, for them, wanting us. Of course, we had the interest in him. In fairness, it's not like they just gave us this player, because we've been scouting this player. We've been, actually put in, multiple bids that were, rejected all summer, only for them to now, for Atletico Madrid to turn around and accept a lower bid, the 35 million bid, which is much lower than our previous bids that were, rejected. And that was only, because they agreed to buy, Gallagher from us. So I guess what I'm trying to explain is, with them, with Atletico, Madrid having to hold up to their side of the bargain, which is to honor the Gallagher deal without any, commitments from Chelsea on our side. Then that's basically it means that the whole Gallagher deal becomes, futile, because it goes pretty much, it defeats the entire, purpose. And so that's how, Felix came into the, picture. Now, keep in mind, for FFP, purposes, right? The Omar Dion deal is really more. Again, in fairness, I hate to be, I hate to be the voice of reason. In fairness, for Atletico, Madrid, but the reality is, from an FFP, consideration, right? The Omoron Dion deal, like when you do these, swap deals, the swap deal works better. It works perfectly, 10/10 perfect, when you're swapping to, academy, products, because both players could be, recognized on your books as pure, profit. So on our books, the Gallagher deal will be pure profit. The Omoron deal would have been pure, profit on, Atletico Madrid's books, right? So now, when that deal, fell apart, right, and and the replacement player being, Felix, guess what? The Felix is it's not it's more like pure loss, as opposed to pure, profit. So from that, consideration, one can then see why, Atletico, Madrid, is not able to give us the discounts that they gave us for, Amaral Dion. It's not really going to work for the, Felix deal, because, Atletico, paid a hefty king's ransom when they bought, Felix some few years ago, and, you know, notwithstanding that his book value has been, substantially, written down, but this is a player that cost, over 100 million. So, um, so in effect, uh, if they did it at the same 35 million pound, it would, they would, Atletico Madrid would definitely be at a loss. So for that reason, um, they basically their hands are strapped. So now, where do we go from here? Where we go from here is, agents are in London. Felix agent is in London, trying to hash out a deal, trying to find a way to break the, deadlock, between both, clubs. And, um, Chelsea, would have to, increase if they really want this Felix. I mean, because for us, again, if we want a Gallagher, even though we may be able to sell Gallagher to another Premier League club, but of course, there's nothing that's etched in stone. As the saying goes, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. But even though, again, as I mentioned, we can still sell him to another England club, that will all but pretty much destroy our relationship with Atletico Madrid, right? I mean, this is really, it's not an the ideal thing because, notwithstanding how we feel, at the end of the day, um, God, willing, I mean, we're going to be still doing deals in the future, and our paths are definitely going to cross again. So this Gallagher deal is going to have to be, rescued, and ultimately, notwithstanding that, Chelsea, does have some kind of, leverage. It's just, one of those, situations. Even though you do have some, leverage in terms of, short term, right? Right. I mean, you win short term, but, long term, considerations, right? Doing business long term, it will come at a loss for Chelsea in the marketplace. So ultimately, what I do expect to see is Chelsea increasing their offer. Our last offer, to the best of my knowledge, was 35 million pounds for Felix. Um, and actually, sorry, I mean, I think it was 35 million euros. I believe that's what we offered. And Whereas Atletico Madrid is demanding around 60 million euros, which roughly comes up to uh, 50 million pounds, right? So I believe we're right around 30. Sorry, my brain is a bit scrambled. It's kind of late right now. I believe our last offer was around 35 million pounds. Uh, uh, Atletico is asking for 60 million euros, which equates 50 million pounds. So it would probably have to be somewhere in the 40-ish million pound range. Probably 40 plus 5 may end up, getting it done. Felix's, wages are not an issue. I believe, from my understanding, he renegotiated his wages about a year or so ago and lowered his wage to roughly around 100,000 per week. So that's well within Chelsea's wage structure. And obviously, Felix is more than happy to play for us. So hopefully, common heads will prevail, and uh, Atletico Madrid fans will get their wish and bring Conor Gallagher back home to uh, Madrid, where where he'll wear the famous red and white red and white stripes. Roji Blanco, Roji Blanco, red and white stripes. Guys, how do you guys feel about today's news? Please leave your comments below, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.